So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat, and we are live. Yes, everyone, we are live. It's Joel and Jam once again with our special guest, Harrison Ferris, a good friend of the channel. We love having Harrison on. When Jam said, "Oh, Harrison's going to come on," I said, "Brilliant," because he is one lad that just spews knowledge, and we love having him on. He is just a top guy. So thank you very much, Harrison, for coming on. And yeah, what a fight to come on for, Harrison.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't think my head was going to fit out the door then with that introduction. Really, very, very kind words. Yeah, look, I've been out of boxing for a while, but it's nice to be back in. And when you've got cards like this that can be put together, you know, it's our opportunity to make this sport the best in the world, like we all believe it to be. And look, hopefully, we've got a fantastic fight coming ahead of us now, and really excited to get into this one.
Yeah,
for the WBC middleweight world title as well, guys. So big strap on the line. It's a real big fight from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Got the Brit Hamzah Sheeraz against Carlos Adamez, who is one tough individual. People sleep on him, think this is going to be a walkover for Sheeraz. You might be surprised. I'm not saying he's going to win, so don't hang me out to dry. But Adamez is a tough man. So let's see what this fight brings to fruition, fellas. Here we go. We're about to kick this one off.
And like we say, this is the fight that we wanted Hamzah Sheeraz to be in. This is the fight
this
that we want.
This is Johnny Beck.
Yeah, this is the one though that we now get to experience what level Hamzah Sheeraz is going to be heading to, or where he's at. You know, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot riding on this guy. So you know, Britain have pinned a lot on Hamzah Sheeraz.
So Riyadh is the ambassador for Riyadh season, mate.
Yeah.
You know, if it goes to points, you know who's getting the nod. Let's just say that.
No, never happens in boxing.
They'll be riding him
never
like
happens.
Harrison's favourite horses, mate, all the way to the finish line. Believe me on that one. Believe me on that one.
I'm going to jump out, but I'll be straight back in. I'll be with you in a second. So,
all right, brother. God bless, man.
You got it. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, we got you, pal. We got you. Right then, Harrison, who was your pick for this one before it started, mate? Who did you think was going to take this?
I'm always big on backing the Brit whenever the timing is right, and I think that the timing here for Sheeraz is just exceptional. Obviously, he's a massive lad. We've talked about how he's going to eventually end up as a super middleweight, but I think he's timed this perfectly, and he's picked the right opponent as well. I think that as Adamez is really good, and we're going to see that from him tonight, but I think that Sheeraz's timing here is exceptional, and I expect him to just be slightly too good for Adamez. It's going to be tricky. Like Sheeraz has relied on his power quite a bit in Riyadh season and in fights previous to that. I don't think that on its own is going to get the job done here, but I do expect that if he boxes well, like he started here in the first 90 seconds, uses his reach well, I think that Hamzah Sheeraz is built to go on and win his world title here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, mate, to be honest. I knew it's not going to be a walkover unless
no.
It's definitely not going to be a walkover. It's a great fight. It's a great matchup. And if he wins this, if he does have one more fight, should it be the Johnny Beck Alim Kanuli one?
I mean, I love the idea of that happening, and that now we're in this space with boxing where any fight can be made because we're all talking to each other and it's all happy families at the minute. So I think that Alim Kanuli fight can happen if he decides to stay at 160. I think that's the big question, though, because it wouldn't shock me if Sheeraz won this and then moved straight up to 168, knowing he's going to get effectively a mandatory. So interested to see how that plays out, really.
Definitely, Harrison. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Beck moved up himself. You know, like we had the problems with him passing out at the weigh-in last time, so he's not made for 160 either. Both could meet at 168. You've got Eubank Jr. in the mix now as well. If he beats Conor Ben, you know, there's fights out there for him. Hamzah Sheeraz could become an absolute star.
Yeah,
he really could.
The super middleweight division is going to hot up a lot now. When Canelo finally leaves us and goes off into the sunset, there's going to be a lot of good fights to make at 168, and Sheeraz is going to be involved in a lot of them, but obviously he's got to get the job done here first, and there's a lot of pressure on him here tonight, but he's coasted through this first round very nicely, very smart jab, he's ranged himself, he knows Adamez is going to be super aggressive all night, but he's weathered that very well, and he's taken this first round nicely.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's been accomplished.
It's using your attributes, isn't it? It's keeping him at a distance, using that jab, we know that Sheeraz has got power as well, but do you want to stand toe to toe with this guy when you know there's that opportunity that, you know, the other guy can put you out as well? So it's using what you've got, isn't it?
Yeah, we've talked loads about Sheeraz's power being like his big weapon, and it obviously is, but his technical ability too is so underrated. Like his ability to box and move, because he's so big at the weight, of course, he's able to do that. He's always got the reach on fighters. He used his jab very well, and because Adamez is so aggressive, he's going to be able to use that well tonight, I think, here. And if he 11 more rounds like that, he's going to be world champion.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Isaf Akbal has said Hamzah Sheeraz unbeaten streak gonna be broken today. I don't know about that, mate. We'll have to stay tuned for words for that to find out, because to be honest, I can't see it. But you never know, mate. Adamez, if anyone could do it, he's one of them tough guys who could. He's a soldier. He's a warmonger.
But I think that's the beauty of these fights. I think the whole card. We look at the whole card and we're actually going, do you know what? That could swing either way. You know, other than probably Shakur Stevenson now against Josh Padley. But, you know, we've seen last-minute opponents turn up and show up. But, you know, it is one of those where you kind of look at the card and you think, yeah, now this is hard. Look at the fights we've seen so far. They could easily have gone either way other than the Zhang one. They were those fights where they just...
Well, even that one, Joel, Zhang put Caballero down. It could have been over then. If it had hit him hard enough, that could have been done then. So it's still the same. Yeah. It could have been the end of that one, brother. True. You know what I mean?
So it's been cracking. Absolute treat this evening. Thank you very much, Turkey Al-Shade.
That will forever live in my heart. That was a fire fight. I love that fight. Callum Smith, Joshua Buatsi, it well exceeded my expectancy, that did. It was a tremendous, tremendous fight.
Yeah, and both guys came out with...
I wasn't there live to watch it, to be honest.
Well, that's the real shame, isn't it? Where that was a fight that would have easily sold the O2 out in about 5 seconds, and it would have been nice to have that sort of raucous atmosphere, you know, load of Scousers coming down, fighting Londoner, you know, it would have been great. Exactly. But
that could have been a stadium fight, Harrison.
If they do that at Anfield next year, I wouldn't be very surprised.
I said the same, Joel, didn't I, on the live? I said the same. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they run that back, you know, and get it going again at a stadium in England.
Imagine the undercard on it. Imagine the undercard on it.
Settle for the defeat.
Be amazing, wouldn't it? You'd have a lot of the young Liverpool fighters on there. You'd have a good mixture of the London lads coming up as well. I think you'd have a cracking card. But as I say, we've got this one, which is a treat. And Adamez is coming forward, and he's got a real
very aggressive.
Yeah, he really puts those shots together, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sheeraz just needs to stay calm. He needs to stay calm and just keep him on that jab and just keep moving. And then when the time is right, let them hands go. And he could shock Adamez here. He could. He
could keep him at distance all evening behind the jab if he really wanted to.
You play it safe. Be boring in the eyes of the fans.
But
you know?
If it gets you through the fight, though, you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you? If you've got that advantage over someone, you'd use it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be too shocked if Adamez walks onto 1 or 2 here as well, because he's got that head forth style and he's very much just trying to close that gap as best he can with Sheeraz. But just you're noticing that Sheeraz is popping that jab out, and it looks like a really stiff jab as well, to be fair. So I think Sheeraz can clip him if he comes inside too often here, Adamez.
Yeah, and it takes one straight jab to stun you to then get leveled with a right hand, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially from Hamzah. You know, that's what he is, exactly what he says on the tin, isn't he? He is that guy. That jab, as you say, is stiff, direct, and down the pipe. There's no messing around. And as you say, he's walking onto it already.
There's nothing special to it. I mean, it's not, you know, you don't have to be Floyd Mayweather to figure out how to box like that. But if you're very good at something, you've just got to use your best. You utilize those skills, and fundamentals. And he's incredibly gifted at that. And that's 2 smart rounds that Sheeraz has boxed here. He's not done anything stupid. He's such a mature fighter. I really do believe that. You know, for someone who's not had many fights and none really at world level up till tonight, he shows so many fundamentals from the amateurs that are really good to see. Such a smart fighter.
Yeah, I completely agree with that statement, Harrison, to be honest. He really is levels above what his resume suggests so far. There's no end to where Hamzah Sheeraz could go if he's placed in the right matchups at the right time and keeps doing his thing. He could be the next superstar. He
Huge
really
season.
could.
Mhm.
I think
Because he's got the following of all different sides of the world. He's got the Riyadh backing. He's got the Asian following. He's got the British backing. He literally could be something very, very big.
yeah,
You know, Amir Khan 2.0, but with a chin. You know what I mean?
Just more of a bit of brickwork rather than a glass window. Is that what you're saying, Jeff?
Exactly, yeah, basically, yeah. He's not got that glass windshield. Definitely.
No, he's clipped Hamzah Sheeraz a couple of times, especially in that last round. He did get some good shots off, but at the same time, you know, 3 punches isn't going to win you a round unless you put the guy down.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, he's an amicable world champion, Carlos Adames. He didn't get here overnight. You know, he's been part of the PBC stable for a long time now, and very, very good boxer. He's worked his way up the ranks, and he's again very nice shots here coming in from Adames. He's breaking through that gap right in the middle between Sheeraz at the minute. So this is probably his best round so far.
Yeah. Hamzah not landing one really on him at the moment, is he? He's, you know, but that jab comes out quick from Hamzah, doesn't it? It really is a quick jab that he flicks out there.
It's a piercing left, isn't it? He's got a piercing left hand. It really pierces through the guard when he lets it go. Whereas Adames is just like plodding. He's plodding forward. He's not really looking like
Hamzah's not landing though. He's not landing that jab in this round.
Yeah, timing's just gone slightly off here for the first 2 minutes of the third round, and Adames is using his aggression quite nicely. He's not loaded up for a massive shot at the minute, Adames. He's just trying to close the gap at this stage. But, you know, I think they're both setting up for a 12-rounder here, to be honest. And this is good patient work from both men, really. I think this pace over 12 rounds is going to suit Sheeraz that bit more, though. I just think he's got more that he can pull out.
Younger and fresher, Harrison, isn't he? He's younger and fresher.
Yeah, Adames he's a fair veteran now at this stage in his career, and maybe that's going to show deeper. But you know, the middle rounds are going to be fascinating for me just to see how aggressive Adames decides to be, really. Because if Sheeraz continues at this pace, he's going to have so much in reserve. I think that's going to come through.
Yeah, I think the good thing is though, these are the fights you get up for, aren't they? You know, even if you are that further bit down your career, these are the fights that you kind of think, right, I can really get up for this fight. This lad thinks he is where he's at. Everyone thinks where he's at. I'm going to test to see where this kid's at, you know. And
the paycheck's nice as well.
Oh,
100%. Yeah, a bit of money always adds to the spice.
Definitely, you know, definitely an added extra, isn't it? Added extra.
Yeah, Mr. Neutral said it's going the distance, so that's a fair call. It's pretty much what you said, Harrison. Looks like he's just taking time. Just looks like it's going to go long.
Yeah, close round that. Really close round to score.
It is. I'll probably give it Adames for his.
I was going to say Adames. I think just seemed, as you say, he seemed a little bit off there. Hamzah just seemed a little bit. You know, the jab was coming in. It was coming in, but it was almost like Adames was taking that step back and saying, "Well, you can't hit me over here. You know, you've got to come to me. I want to draw you into a bit more of a fight here." Yeah, let's see.
That'll give Adames confidence, though. That round will definitely give Adames confidence that he can like force the pace and still get to Hamzah. It's what Hamzah does now will tell us what he's about. Will he come out the next round and take control? Will he get back to his work? Will he start popping that jab and take control of the ring? Or will he just let Adames take another round? Because if he does, fights can slip away very quickly.
I feel like Adames would have learned a lot in that round as well. He learned that he was able to get quite close to Sheeraz, so that's not going to be an issue. It's now just a case of how much is he going to be able to get off effectively? How many power strikes can he get? And is he going to start loading up for a big one or not? Or is he just happy to just keep closing and tapping and winning rounds? Maybe Adames thinks he can win 7 rounds and get out of this.
You never know.
I personally, I think he needs to he almost needs to gain the respect of Hamzah Sheeraz.
I think so. Yeah,
he needs to really clip him somewhere, and you know he's got to feel pain, hasn't he, Hamzah? He's got to feel that he's in with a guy here that's going to give him a tough night.
He's in with a world champion, mate. He's not going to
look at
that scrap for nothing.
10 jabs landed from 56, and Sheeraz 82 jabs thrown with 20 landed. It's not great from both guys, is it? Let's be perfectly honest.
I think this might be the calm down night, the fight of the night. Really, this. It's been.
You've
too
done it,
good so
Harrison.
far.
Oh.
Well, as well, it's going to happen at some stage.
We were riding the crest of a wave.
Well, maybe this means Josh Padley's going to come out and shock the world in 30 minutes.
Hey,
let's could you imagine? Could you imagine?
If he beat Shakur Stevenson, it'd be the biggest upset.
Can I just say, though?
Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas. I'll go as far as that.
I think you're right.
Well, or Hasim Rahman beating Lennox Lewis
in South Africa.
Yeah.
Man, definitely.
It's but this is the beauty of boxing. And
we've had him on the channel, haven't we? Hasim Rahman Jr.
We have,
yeah. Just reminded me.
Yeah. And Sharif Rahman.
Why aren't you showing your face? I was in the comments like,
no, he was driving. He was driving.
Oh, is that what he was?
Yeah.
I abused him for it, man.
There you go. Look, Padley is currently 50-1. What a punt! If you were going to have a go,
I'll stick a quid on that for a laugh. You know what I mean? I'm going to go out in a minute and stick a pound on that just for a laugh. Stick a pound on 50 quid if I lose.
Yeah, stick a tenner on for Harrison as well.
I'll stick a pound on for each. I'll put 3 quid on, one for each of us. If I win, I'll split it 3 ways.
Look, folks, I've tipped up much worse horses at 50-1 than what Josh Padley's chances are tonight. So I wouldn't put anybody off him.
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
Well,
the game's working, but
there's a lot of confidence coming from Adames now.
It's been a really good round for him as well. He's really managed to close that gap, and he's got Sheeraz just working off his back foot here a little bit. Sheeraz hasn't landed a lot, and honestly, in the fourth.
No. He's gone quiet, isn't he?
Hamzah, he seems to be backing up a lot. Has he felt the power of Adames and don't like it, or is he just trying to tire out the older man?
Yeah, possibly.
Is he kind of thinking, well, how long can the engine run? Yeah, how long can the engine run?
For me, guys, what say you?
I'd agree.
Adames.
But equally, if they're going to fight at this pace, though, if we talk about Adames tiring out, he's not going to get very tired at this pace, I wouldn't have thought. He should be able to sustain this over 12 rounds. Yeah.
You need to be getting hit while doing this to knacker him out. If he's just chasing you around, it's just like skipping, isn't it? Skipping or running. It's just, you're just chasing around. You're just doing next man thing. He needs to actually start taking some smacks to slow him down. You know, the nice body shot there from Sheeraz, the left hook to the body, that'll take a little bit out of him. But other than that,
but the problem is, you don't want to get too close to this guy to land the body shot. This is the thing. Unless you're actually picking him off with jabs and big right hands as well, and then coming in and working the body. But the thing is, Hamzah's not. He's not getting in there at the moment, which is giving Adames that bit more confidence to come forward and challenge him a bit. And he's getting better out of it, isn't he, at the moment? So let's see. What was that?
Madrimov versus Ortiz was so good that this fight is getting me bored, he said. Thank you, Asif Iqbal. That's how I felt about the last fight because of the two before. So it's literally like it's going to be a downward process throughout the night, isn't it? None can live up to that Smith-Spawatsi fight, and then it was just a treat, wasn't it? It was such good fire, such an early part of the card. Maybe they should start thinking about putting these fights higher up the card.
Yeah, but I think you could put these fights anywhere on the card. I think they're those sort of fights, aren't they?
I actually thought Shakur Padley was next, because of the change of opponent. I thought Shakur Padley was going to be next before this one.
Shakur's the draw name, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's next, isn't it? It's next. So about 9:15, I reckon, UK time. I don't know. Someone's got to win a brand new Mercedes yet. Someone's got to win a brand new Mercedes. You know how it is. Take an hour. They'll probably have exactly. You've got to watch the spotlight go round for 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
They always conveniently manage to find someone who's like at the very back of the arena too. I've noticed they have to go down like 15 flights of stairs and walk.
The poor bloke last time. I don't think the bloke fit in the beer. The bloke didn't fit in the Merc when he got down the bottom. Well, he might have done by the time he got down there. Bloody hell, that was his workout.
Yeah, a big shout out for Mr. Neutral here. He said, this fight is giving me Hagler Hearns vibes. Does he mean because of the decision or the style of fighters?
I don't know.
It's not quite matched the action of Hagler Hearns through 5 rounds.
Not yet, definitely not.
A little bit better here from Sheeraz. But then I'm saying that Adames is finding a lot good body shots there as well from Adames. That's quite smart, actually. I like the idea of Adames working the body of Sheeraz, actually, because that's something that will wear him out a little
tall,
bit.
Isn't he? Get around the guard. If he's got his guard up like that,
It's such a high guard, isn't it?
Go underneath. Go underneath.
Yeah. I think that's quite smart boxing from Adames.
Definitely, Harrison. I agree with you, mate. 100%.
Nice job coming back from Sheeraz too. That's nice to see. Not a lot of power shots from Sheeraz. He's boxing smart, but maybe too smart.
That's what's shocking me, bro. That's what's shocking me. He's not really thrown anything with any real venom. You expect Sheeraz to come out and absolutely let his hands go, and he's just not done it.
Yeah, well, we alluded to it at the top there that Sheeraz's best asset is his power. He's a dangerously good puncher at middleweight, but not utilizing that too well at the minute. Great shots from Adames. Really good round from him.
He's got quite in the last two.
Hagler, he said style, long rangey versus powerhouse. That's what he meant about the Hagler Hearns vibes.
I can see that.
Hamza's just struggling to sort of get his foot in, isn't he, at the moment?
It blew up already then.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's going to be one of those fights, I think.
Who are you scoring that one to, lads?
I gave that to Adames. I thought there was some really good power shots to the body there throughout. Sheeraz just a little bit off of his timing still. He has landed some good shots there, Sheeraz. He wasn't discredited in that round, but I thought Adames won that comfortably. And that's actually, I think, 3 straight I've given Adames.
Yeah, 3-2 to Adames, mate. That's the way I've got it. Joel, are you the same, brother?
I am here.
Have you got the same, though, Adames round?
Yeah, for me, he just seemed to land the cleaner shots. Hamza definitely a lot better in that round than the last two. But as I say, he's just, I don't know, something just seems a little bit
off with
astray. A little bit astray at the moment. Maybe
that Del Boy in the crowd.
Del Boy's turned up as a cowboy.
Let's watch his aura. Cowboy watch his aura.
He'll be turning up, nudging Usyk at ringside, saying, you know.
Yeah, I'm next. No, you ain't, Del Boy. You had your shot. Piss off. Back to your bloody bed and breakfast.
I was in Manchester 2 weekends ago for that fight, and the atmosphere for him, the crowd he draws is incredible.
Yeah, it really is, man.
Real servant to the
game,
be
fair, it was all about Del that night, wasn't it? Yes. Let's be perfectly honest.
And he deserved it. Was his last UK fight, but then he turns around and says, "I'm having another one now." So he just fooled us all, mate. He fooled us all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you wouldn't be surprised by that because it's Del. Do you know what I mean?
Check this. Yeah. Chris Mannix has got it the same as us, mate. 48-47 to Adames. He's got it exactly the same as us, same rounds and all.
There we go. Can't all be wrong.
That's it, mate. That's the first.
We normally are if we're with Mannix.
I'm changing mine. I'm giving all 5 to Sheeraz now.
yeah.
Just because Mannix says so.
Yeah, I just think Hamza just seems a little bit, I don't know.
They're up in close quarters here for the 6th rounds.
This could be interesting.
Yeah, good body shot from Adames.
Yeah, he's picking those body shots, isn't he?
He's got free will to the body. Just purely because of how high Sheeraz's guard has to be, because he's that lanky.
I tell you, though, his jab. Adames has got a really good jab as well.
Some good scoring shots here. That's a great uppercut from Adames as well. I don't like this from Sheeraz, how close they are.
Would you do it? That's the thing. Why would you stand there and have that like Neutral's he's put Hamza's gone a bit gun shy.
Yeah.
It is sitting around that, isn't it? It's
and I get there's going to be respect for Adames compared to the level that Hamzah Sheeraz has been fighting. This is such a jump up.
And this is a huge jump. This is a huge jump, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But he's been calling for it. We've been calling for it. So now it's time, obviously, for him to show that he can fight at this level. At the minute, I'm not loving it. That's much better from Sheeraz.
Sorry, mate. That's let me dog out. I'm back now. Yeah, he doesn't look the same. What I'm seeing here, Hamzah Sheeraz, like Neutrals just said, he looks a bit gun shy. I
think Adames is trying to bully him a bit, and he's really Harrison was saying he's picking the shots. He's landed some really good right hooks and uppercuts down the middle there, and he's really starting to get some shots together. Hamza's got to start. These rounds will drift if you're not careful.
The left hook there, that would have been the haymaker if it landed that on the chin. That's what he needs to do more of. Let them hands go. He needs to let his hands go.
Yeah, Adames is though, isn't he? He certainly is.
anything that's up close and personal is gonna suit Adamez's style because he's come forward and his power comes from close shots. Look, he's a relatively small middleweight. He's made to look even smaller here. So I just think anything up and close is just working for Adamez, and this is another round for him. He's been really good here.
100%.
I think Eubank Jr. will be rubbing his hands together. I think he'll think, if this is where it's at, because he thinks he's in there in the mix, doesn't he? Let's be perfectly honest, even though he isn't. He's kind of feels he's in the mix, but he'll look at that thinking, I'll have a go. I'll take one of them.
Yeah. Mr. Neutral just said what I said, Joel. He's just said, no, wait, I see what Hamzah's doing. He's knackering him out. That's what I said. Is he just letting him tire himself out and then he's going to go for the kill late?
But he hasn't really landed anything to knacker him.
Is this pace like that credulous that it is tiring Sheeraz? Adamez rather? I don't think it is. I think Adamez can do this for 12
I think he's just I think he's kind of sitting in third gear, going through the motions.
Yeah.
That's the worry, man. That's the
Josh
worry.
Padley.
There he is, Josh on the paddler.
Can I just say, what a tattoo on his back. What a tattoo.
Warrior, mate. Warrior. Big balls to the guy, big cojones though, to come over and take on Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, he's getting a payday on that and he's getting his name recognised. Yeah, but he's pretty certain his O's going to go. He's giving up his O, you know what I mean?
Like they
Not
said,
many men would do that in 15-0.
But like they said before, and Eddie said it when he did the fighting in his back garden, and Turkey Adashake is saying it now, be ready. Because if something happens like this, if the call comes, are you ready? And he's took the call. You know,
fair play to him, mate. Nothing but respect to him, but it's a sad state of affairs that he's going to lose his oath to one of the world's best, who people find boring, because people are going to say, "Oh, you got beat like 12 rounds to zip against Shakur Stevenson."
Just
people
quickly,
don't realise how good Shakur Stevenson is. You know what I mean?
The punch stats have gone up, so there is a lot more work going in here now. There's a lot more work going in now, and Adamez is certainly up in the rate. Not a great deal of punches, but he's certainly upped his level.
16 punches from Sheeraz in the last round.
Yeah, Sheeraz has had a very good first minute here in the 7th round. He's starting to make a little bit of distance at times where I just think that is working better for him. He's working off his jab. It's landed him cleaner, more accurately as well. Some better signs here. He's keeping Adamez at bay, and I think that's the right way to fight the second half of this fight.
Yeah. Box clever.
Hamzah just needs to let them hands go, man. Hamzah, I know it's not looked like he's going to get
good uppercut.
He needs to start letting the hands go.
That was
really
a lovely
does
uppercut.
Need to let them pop shots go. Needs to start throwing some haymakers. Because
That's
he's just going to get outpointed.
One of me and Jam's favourite shots, the uppercut. If you just land it, it's a sweet,
straight through the middle of the guard.
It's a sweet shot, isn't it? And we saw it with Adam Azim, didn't we? The other week.
Yeah,
you know, the uppercuts were absolutely beautiful, weren't they?
Yeah.
They did it with Key as well. Key against Baranchuk. He landed a couple of nice screw uppercuts as well. It's a beautiful punch because it breaks the guard and it literally puts man on roll. He literally gets straight through. You either catch the chin or the nose. You're doing damage either way.
Yeah. No, definitely.
You got to let
Hamzah's definitely better.
Like Neutral said, looks gun shy. He looks gun shy. He's not.
I think he's been better in this round, though.
Letting his hands go.
He's definitely been better in this round, as Harrison said. Keep him at distance. Stick to what. I think he's winning this round, though.
Winning the round, but that's not going to win the fight. You know, Sheeraz's only chance now is to knock him out, man. He needs to knock him out, and if he went for it enough, I believe he could. I
think we're in round 7. I think if he keeps doing what he's doing, I think he wins the fight.
Oh, there you go. He went for the right uppercut, Joe. See it? He heard you. He went for the right uppercut.
I don't know if he heard me.
He heard what you said.
Some good counter boxing here for Sheeraz.
Joins us. A big up, Hawkan. He said, I was all wrong in this fight. I had Sheeraz stoppage round 5. So did I, Hawkan, brother. I admit, I put my hands up. I was wrong on this one again. I was wrong on Callum Smith.
Yeah, see, I went for a stoppage for Hamzah Sheeraz.
I think you went the same as me and Hawken around the 5th or 6th, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think you said 7th even.
I think it was like within 6 or something like that.
I tell you what, though, I called the Caballero Zhang one, though, didn't I?
Yeah,
point,
spot on.
I said round 6 stoppage after Zhang gets tired, probably knocks him down and then gets knocked out. Called it to the point, mate. If I'd have put a grand on that, I'd be a millionaire now.
Bivol is in the building, and so is Beterbiev. What a
beast,
fight! Just that first fight was a treat, wasn't it?
Boxing purist specialist fighter. Dimitri Bivol, I think he's going to turn it round this time. What are you thinking on that one, Harrison, quickly before we get to the next round?
Oh my God.
Harrison's just gone back to his horses there for a second.
Give me 6 lottery numbers and I might be able to guess. I have no idea what's going to happen in a couple hours' time. I'm so excited for it. I think Bivol knows the changes he needs to make more than Beterbiev. I think if Beterbiev fights relatively similar, he should win again. But I honestly can't call it. I really can't. I do think I've got a bit of a weird theory that if it's close, like remotely close, I think they might just swing to Bivol because the idea of the trilogy's there. But we shouldn't even be really saying that, should we?
But a lot of people thought that with Usyk Fury.
Yes. Well, yeah, and true. And they scored that correctly because I had Usyk winning that second fight quite comfortably in the end.
Too. I had it more so than the first.
Yeah, and the first fight as well. I think actually I remember covering that one with you ages ago.
Yeah.
But
you did, mate, yeah.
I just think there's so much that's going to go into that fight, but really looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. And as I say, just to show quickly, Hamzah's face is just starting to mark up under that left eye. Quite a bit of bruising and swelling there. But then, to be fair, if you're being clapped like Adams throws them, then you're definitely going to swell up. He's landed some really good shots. But Chris Mannix, 67-66.
Adames.
To Adames. So, God, Adames, big shot.
Great shot from Adames.
Sheeraz is hurt here. He's just caught Sheeraz with an overhand right, and I think Sheeraz might be in a bit of trouble here.
He's chucking up.
Locked his guard in. He seems to have walked it off now.
I didn't like Sheeraz's reaction there, though. He kind of just stood there expecting to be hit from Adames.
He almost froze, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did freeze. That's exactly what he did.
He had to create a bit of range there.
Finally sitting down to watch the boxing. Evening to you all. Evening, Mr. Neutral, Hawkan, and everyone in the chat. Big up yourself, Jabs. Thank you for coming through, brother. Hawkan had said, I had the right winners in the first 3 fights, but wrong method of victory in 2 fights.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Prediction
Not good enough.
Mr. Neutral, 2-1 so far. Not too bad, Mr. Neutral. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, my brother. 2 out of 3
Great
ain't
shot
bad.
for Sheeraz.
Oh, yeah.
Nice
yeah.
shot.
Possibly just
Swivel,
needed that as
turn,
well.
crop.
Yeah.
That was a nice move.
That's what Sheeraz can do. You know,
What he needs to do.
He's got to let his hands go a little bit and dare to be great, isn't he, in this fight, I think.
And now might be
easily slip away else.
Now might be the right time to start trading, possibly, because if he thought he was going to have a big lead after 6 or 7 rounds, he doesn't have that. He might have to start throwing a few big.
Got to make a statement now, really, haven't you? Yeah.
Because if there's too many of these close rounds, then you're risking
5-2 up. 5-2 up after 7.
Yeah.
I think Adames is bang on this, mate. I think he's on point to win this.
Rounds can be close and swing the other way, can't they? So you don't want to risk having those rounds where they're split rounds. You know, they can go to those judges, and judges can see things very differently, like we've seen this evening.
And with how well favoured aggression is in boxing as well, that's obviously going to suit Adames here big time, because it's 100%. Him that's pushing the pace here and coming forward.
The only thing that worries me, though, Harrison and Joel, is that, you know, he's the Riyadh season ambassador, is Hamzah Sheeraz. So if it goes to points, like I said at the start of the show, mate, it's highly unlikely they're going to go against him. It's highly unlikely, even if he loses. I can't see him giving it to Adames.
I think they've been pretty fair, haven't they?
Yeah,
with a lot of stuff, to be fair.
This is the Riyadh season ambassador, mate. You know what I mean? He's their face of what they're doing in the UK. And they're using him as that man. He's that guy. I can't see
the judging has been
on points. I just can't.
Let's be honest, though. Yeah, boxing's not corrupt, is it, lads? Come on. Do you know
no, of course not, mate. Let's ask Tim Bradley and Manny Pacquiao how corrupt the sport really is. You know what I mean?
That view does not represent me, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, we speak freely on this channel of our own opinions, as opposed to
nothing is boxing media hubs. It's just predictions and comments from the guests.
3 guys saying what they think.
Exactly. But no, Hamzah Sheeraz ain't going to get a points defeat, in my opinion. I just don't see it.
Can I just say, Adames won that last round for me.
He'll still get the nod.
Adames won that last round for me, Jam.
Easy Adames round.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even knock it down. Was that the 8th? Yeah. So Adames is massively running away with this.
I've got him up by 2. I know it sounds stupid, but I was able to give Sheeraz 2 early rounds and then 1. I gave him the 7th as well. Bar that, everything has been Adames for me.
Yeah, I've got Sheeraz the first two, Adames everything
See,
else.
this is better. This is better from Sheeraz now. You know, this is what we want to see, where he's actually going to give a bit. But then as soon as he does, Adames comes forward and really, you know, gets stuck in.
Adames is piecing him up right now, Joe. He's piecing him up, mate.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's struggling with that shorter guy, isn't he? That's really come forward.
I mean, you think he'd be used to, because everyone's shorter than Sheeraz in the middleweight division. But
I think it's the style, though.
It's the style, isn't it? Tonight.
It's a big style to go against.
Sheeraz seems to have the range sorted very well very early on, but Adames was able to break that rhythm in those early to mid rounds, and since then Adames has just been able to push forward and break up any pattern Sheeraz had established early on. And again, boxing midway through ninth here, Adames is having a lot of success, going upstairs a little bit more, but he's breaking the guards and he's mixing up his body work as well. These close quarter bits, like we mentioned earlier, all of it is suiting Adames. More good body shots there. Big 9th round.
Oh, yeah, those body shots. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Sheik was worried there. He was doing laps of the ring. Did you see him? He was walking up and down the left side of the ring. Walking up and down, up and down. He's worried about Hamzah here. He literally got out of his seat and walked up the ring and kept walking up and down. He's worried for Hamzah here. He's back in his seat now, but he was definitely worried for a moment.
Frank Warren's
like what he's watching. And Adames just looks formidable at the moment. He looks absolutely focused.
He's in charge, isn't he?
On getting Sheeraz out of here.
He's certainly taken the fight, hasn't he?
He's winning this hands down for me, mate. We're in the 9th, and I've got him 5 rounds up.
Be really interesting to see the CompuBox numbers on this afterwards for power shots landed by Sheeraz or even just attempted, because I imagine that number is going to be very low compared to other fights.
Yeah,
definitely.
Even like the Tyler Denny fight, for as long as that lasted, he seemed to throw more power punches than he has here in 9 rounds against Adames.
He came out confident in that fight against Denny, didn't he? He just came out and laid him out. If it had done
do you know what though?
Was that a low blow?
That was really low.
it's levels though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Just a warning.
Tyler Demi is not Adames.
No.
This is
yeah. Like we mentioned it there earlier about Sheeraz hasn't fought anybody at this level. I mean, there isn't many at this level at middleweight.
What's a jab though? Then
was it Ammo Williams? Is probably the best he's beat. Austin Ammo Williams was it?
Yeah,
that's probably the best win he's had. He headlines soon, doesn't he? Because he's got Belanga Jr. on the undercard.
Well, let's see. You know,
you see now is it in Texas? I'm not sure. But yeah, Ammo Williams is his best win so far. I
thought that was a closer round. That one.
Yeah,
probably just said Sheeraz, to be honest.
I just think.
I mean, I've given it Adames, but I can see both arguments, to be honest.
I thought the output of Adames was a lot better. I think that's the thing. He's still, you know, if Sheeraz is waiting for this guy's engine to go, it's not going. Let's be perfectly honest.
I could have told you that,
but it's certainly not going. So, you know, if that's the game plan, then you really need to switch up and try something else.
Frank Warren's going mental on the side here.
Oh, Michael Caine's getting involved, and he's shouting out, "Hamzah, listen, you need to."
He kept going uppercut, didn't he? He kept going uppercuts. Apparently, there's a float fight as well, isn't there? There's a float fight last, which is Frank Warren versus Oscar De La Hoya. But you know, it's one of those.
They can have another 20 quid.
Eddie Hearn against Oscar De La Hoya. Eddie Hearn said, "I'll lose to Oscar for 20 million. Give me 20
I'll chuck a 20 at that.
No problem." Chris Mannix has got it 87-84 to Carlos Adames.
I've got
it the same. Right.
Definitely. Hamzah is looking very, very, very on the wrong side of the scorecard here.
Might need an
I don't understand what his game plan is here.
I'm with Harrison.
Adames out, he should have done some business by now, and he's not doing it.
I'm with Harrison. There's a knockdown needed.
Yeah,
I think there's a knockout needed.
A knockdown brings him closer.
Knockdowns, he still draws or loses.
Yeah, I think a knockdown brings him closer, but I don't think it. You know, and I just can't see it.
He's doing the right thing here for the start of the 10th round.
I'm very, very disappointed in his performance tonight. Very disappointed.
Maybe he's just hit the style. That's a bit of a bogey man,
how good
isn't
he
it?
was to watch him, how good he is, how he's going to do this. It's going to make me look a right mug.
He started this 10th round smarter, though. He's got range back on him. He's bouncing on his feet again. There's a bit more energy about Sheeraz, which has just lacked for the last couple of rounds. And but again, Adames has caught him nicely there with another left hand.
Do you reckon the corner have said, though, you know, you've got a...
I think so, yeah. I think they've told him that, you know, whatever you have got in reserve now, you've got to start using it a bit more.
You've got 3 rounds and you've got to win these. You've got to be convincing. Because
I almost wouldn't be shocked if they've said to him, "This guy's not going away now. You know, he's here to fight for another 8 minutes at a hard pace. So you've got to just turn your.
You either take him. Oh, good jabs there.
Yeah. Good. This is better. This is better from Sheeraz. Good uppercut in there as well. Just pacing himself a little better here, Sheeraz.
He's more comfortable,
though,
isn't he?
He's more,
it's more comfortable than you know, being sort of anxious, really. They were quite anxious in those other rounds. You know, he didn't want to trade. He didn't want to take the chance because, you know, being caught with a counter. That was a great shot there by Adames.
Lovely off the ropes. Perfect shot. He's done that all night, mate. He's pieced
There's
him
been
up.
There's been a lot in these fights.
Performance.
Working off the ropes in a lot of these fights, isn't there? You know, there's been a lot of counter stuff. Madrimov was doing it, wasn't
big
he?
ring. It's a big ring.
Yeah.
The massive ring, isn't it?
It's like 24 or something, I think. Yeah. Something like that. It looks big. It looks big. It's a very big ring. But yeah, Sheeraz just needs to start letting his hands go, man.
Well, he's 10 seconds to go around 10 here, people. You're watching Boxing Media Hub with Joel, Jam and Harrison. And yeah, it's been a hard night at the office for Hamzah Sheeraz so far.
That's Adames round for me. What say you two? I know
I thought Sheeraz
started well, but
Sheeraz.
I'm going to give that one to Sheeraz as well, but again, it's close. I think there's now 2, possibly 3 swing rounds in this.
Yeah.
Well, that could make it close. That could make.
But the mad thing is, Harrison, the swing rounds are the ones we've given to Sheeraz.
Yeah,
that's the worry.
Swing rounds for me.
Yeah, that's the worry because, like, they're not convincing rounds. You know,
I think every round I've given
by either man for it to be convincing, definitely not.
Every round I've given to Adames, he's earned. Like, they are definitely his rounds. And Sheeraz, I've given him 4.
4 now. Yeah, I've got you down for 4, bro. Yeah,
I've given him 4, but 2 of them could easily be Adames. This could be 8-2.
It could be a massive landslide to Carlos Adames.
Now I'm going to ask, because me and Jam don't like the word, but we're going to ask you anyway, Harrison.
Go on.
Would it be a cry of robbery if Hamzah Sheeraz gets given it?
Yes.
Look, there's the 6
Not
minutes.
I'm just saying, yes, it would. I got in there first, bro. Always the quickest to the gunfight.
There's 6 minutes left in this fight. Yeah, I mean, if Sheeraz was to win both these rounds, I'd have it scored a draw. So we have to kind of see how this plays out now. It's a big 6 minutes for Sheeraz, but it's an interesting war in boxing, isn't it, Rob?
And he's come out in this round 11 meaning business.
He has.
To be fair, guys, to take a world title from a man like Adames,
what an uppercut!
In my opinion, it would be a robbery. It would be a genuine robbery. This would be a robbery if they give this to Sheeraz on points, because he's not won enough rounds to take a man's title. Simple as that.
I'll tell you, he's boxing well in this round 11
he was
here.
Champion, and he was
that uppercut, Jam. That uppercut was sweet. But Adames is coming back here with some beautiful shots of his own.
Yeah, great 11 for
Hamzah Sheeraz is finally sort of unloading. You know,
his corner's told him, you're losing this, bro. You're losing.
You've got to be honest with your fighter. You've got to be honest with your fighter.
Good check right from Adames. Oh, see, Sheeraz started this round very nicely, but Adames has built into it so well in the last 30 seconds.
It's like he's found the blueprint.
I think you're right, yeah. But he's been allowed to have things his way. He's dictated the pace of this fight, Adames, and it's suited him well. It's turned into not a world class fight, but it's turned into a really interesting contest. This now into the 11th.
It is intriguing.
Frank is pissed at ringside, isn't he?
I've never seen.
He knows that Hamzah's about to blow a multi-million-pound career for him. That's why Hamzah Sheeraz was his golden ghost, mate. His golden goose. He was going to have him.
Yeah.
The face of Riyadh season, the face of like Arabian boxing, the face of that side of the world, Asia, around them areas. And now it's all going to go to shit because he's going to get found out. Yeah,
but you say that. We'll find out on the scorecards, mate. We'll find out.
If they give it to Hamzah, I swear to God, it's a robbery. It is. because he hasn't done enough. He has
Anyway.
not done enough to take a man's world title.
It'll be like
Simple
10 seconds left around 12. He knocks him out.
Oh, big shot from Hamzah. Caught
Big
him with a
shot,
lovely
indeed.
left hand right.
Yeah.
That. Commentator
He's-
curse once again. Now we need to let his
Definitely.
hands go. We need to see Hamzah move.
For me, it's another Sheeraz round as it stands.
He is tipping away. He's
So
chipping away at
close.
that scorecard lead.
Is it another swing round for you, Harrison?
Yeah, it is at the minute, but I'm agreeing with you. I think Sheeraz
Oh!
is getting it. Some really nice shots from him. That uppercut was sublime halfway through the round there. Adames had his
Tell
own
ya,
good success, though.
Turkey stood up now. Turkey
Best-
stood with his hands on his hips.
He's
At
been for a
ringside.
walk twice already. He has. He's already paced up and down the ring. He feels it slipping away from young Hamzah.
Best round of the fight.
That was good.
Yeah, for me, that was a Sheeraz.
Yeah, I'll give it Sheeraz for all three of us because I'm a.
So
super
here you go.
lover of that
Neutrals per swing rounds go to the champs.
Exactly what I was saying, mate. I don't think Hamzah, even if he's winning these rounds, has done enough to take the championship belt from a champion. I don't. I just don't. And the judges usually favour the champion, but because it's in Riyadh, because it's Hamzah Sheeraz, maybe we'll see something a bit different tonight.
I think Adames did look more tired in that round, but not to the point where I'd say his engine's gone. But I think he wasn't as come forward and as explosive as he was in the other rounds.
Phantom Tales have said, get Cristiano Ronaldo in to calm Frank Warren down.
You wouldn't want Conor McGregor
mate.
to.
Frank's all about that pimping that paper.
Yeah, I was going to say Conor McGregor would probably be the wrong choice.
Frank will be sweet as a nut, bro.
All I will say is Conor McGregor's got more chance of sitting next to Oscar De La Hoya for other reasons than he has next to Frank Warren.
Final round. We've got break at 146. Yes, mate. Hamzah, on our opinion, is down. Although he's closed the gap, he's won the last 3 rounds in our opinion, so he's definitely closed the gap.
According to
106,
Chris
103,
Mannix,
according to Chris Mannix,
he's only won the last one. Adames has won 3 before that, so I don't know what he's watching.
Hawkan's ringside live said he needs a 12th round KO to win the fight. I completely agree with you, Hawkan.
Harrison,
there ain't no way should a champion lose his title after a performance like this.
Harrison was going to say you were going to say the swing rounds, weren't you?
I was.
I knew you were going to say it, mate. I knew it.
You can see my face going. Look, I get why Mannix. I can see why Mannix has got his card the way it is, and I'm not disagreeing with that. I have it slightly closer at the minute, but well, actually, I've got it 105, 104 to
Sheeraz needs to win this round, though.
Yeah,
he
and it's been a
needs to
close
win this round.
It's been a close first minute. Sheeraz is doing some good stuff here. He's checking off his right hand, crossing over nicely.
The jab is so sweet, isn't it, when he lands that?
It is good when it lands.
Surprised he hasn't been more effective with it, to be fair.
If it had landed a bit more consistently in those middle rounds, this wouldn't be as close as it is. But his timing was just off. Good shot from Adames.
I think he's made it closer, though.
I think, yeah. A lot of credit to Adames here.
To break it, we're in the 12th and final round, brother. We are in the last round. It's all going to be settled here. With me and Joel have got it 6 rounds to 5 to Adames now. I think Harrison, how have you got it now, bro?
I've got it 6-5 as well, yeah, to Adames.
So 6-5 Adames.
So this could literally be a draw based on.
But to take a title, you need to do more than Hamzah Sheeraz has done.
Belting uppercut from Adames there.
Oh,
Good shots here. Good return from Sheeraz, though.
He took that. He took that really well.
Hell of an uppercut. And again from Adames. Some big power shots here from him.
Yeah, he's winning this round.
Told Harrison and Joe, I think he's been told that he needs to win this because they're going to give it Hamzah else. I think he's been told by his corner they're not going to give you a fair.
Yeah, but he'd know. He'd know.
Him.
You've got to put the shift in. You can't let these go to the judges. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows. You can't afford to let anything go to the judges. You just can't these days. Whether it's a title fight,
he's the ambassador for Riyadh season. They're
but
literally
whether it's a title fight or you're an ambassador or a home fighter or whatever, you just know judges can swing. You've just got to not give it to the judges, and it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hawken said if Sheeraz wins the final round, we have a draw on Boxing Media Hub scorecards. That is for sure, brother. And Break It 146 has said, was it not close? Adames has won, mater. In my opinion, Adames has won this fight clearly. Like, there's been a lot of close rounds, but Adames, as a champion, has done enough to win this fight. There is no way, no how that Hamzah Sheeraz should get this nod. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Gonna
But
have to
Adames
get-
has raised his hand in the air.
Has won this. He's won this.
have to get
Adames has
Abacus
raised
out
his
now.
hand in the air. He's been raised up in the ring by, his team. So let's see what happens. Can I just say a big shout out to Spencer Brown, who's absolutely done some great work recently. Had his fighters in some real good fights. He's doing the job, isn't he? To be
How
perfectly
you got to
honest,
score in the final round? Who are you giving it to?
I gave it to Adames.
I thought it was Adames. To be perfectly honest,
115,
Same.
113, yeah.
I just
Perfect.
thought he landed the cleaner shots.
7 rounds to 5 then, mate, for Adames.
Yeah, Sheeraz started really well at the start of the round,
has joined us. What's the
but it
verdict,
just
lads?
dissolved quickly.
We've got it 7 rounds to 5 to Carlos Adames. We think Hamzah Sheeraz has lost, but we've not got the decision yet. I will get that in a moment. I will duck out and bring you the scorecard as it's read out. So stick with us and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Thank you. Yes, sir.
So Harrison, I love chucking questions at you because you're great.
You're a better journalist than me.
Never. If you were going into that final round and you were Hamza's trainer, what do you tell him?
I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily say you've got to knock this guy out to win, because it wasn't that type of fight, and because so many of those rounds were so close. I think he would have been told to box sweet like he did in the first couple of rounds. Don't let Adames get close to you. Just be sensible with how you box out these final 3 minutes. I just don't think he did that, though. I just feel like Adames was able to find things really close again, and I just think overall his work was slightly better. Look, I don't think a draw would be like the craziest result ever here, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to duck out, lads, and get the scorecard. I'll see you in a moment.
Thanks, Jam. I think as long as it's not wide, I think this is the fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had it in the last fight, didn't we? Where there was a card that was ridiculous, but I wasn't too far off that.
In the Smith fight?
No,
was it Callum Smith already, or someone gave like a 119, 110 or something stupid like that?
Yeah, that was silly. That was
fight.
silly.
Steve
But the last, I think it was the last fight, there was quite a wide.
Virgil Ortiz fight, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was quite a wide scorecard in that, and I actually was quite close to that because I thought Virgil Ortiz Jr. just literally boxed so well in that fight. I thought he did. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, Ortiz was class.
Just quickly, Adames did more. His work rate wins him the fight. So it wouldn't surprise me, actually, if we saw a split, Harrison.
I think it is a split, looking on my screen.
It's a draw.
A draw?
It's a draw.
Oh.
Go on then, Jam.
115, 113, Hamzah Sheeraz. 118, 110 to Adames. And 114, 114 for a split draw.
Split draw?
118, 110.
To Adames, that's pretty. I agree with that, mate. I don't fuck with that. I think that's okay.
Was the 118, 110 for Adames?
Yeah.
Yeah, 118, 110 Adames, 115, 113 to Hamzah, and then a 114, 114 draw.
It's not crazy.
It's a split draw.
Yeah, it's not crazy, I don't think.
So, Jam, do you scream robbery?
No. I think Adames should have won. So no, not at all.
But in regards to obviously being a draw.
I think that was the only way it was going to end for Hamzah. They were not going to. They couldn't. It was too good a performance from Adames to rob him to give Hamzah the win. One judge tried. The other one said no chance. The other one said let's give it a draw then. It was the only way Hamzah keeps his undefeated record and still be the face of ambassador for Riyadh season. There's no way they could have took his title on that performance. Hamzah was not good enough.
Do we see it again then?
Carlos Adames. Well, we will see it again. We have to see it again. Well, Carlos Adames deserved to keep his title, and at least he has.
Because that was
he should have won that fight.
Because that was a mandatory of it. Because that was a mandatory with the WBC. Hakan will know this better than any of us. I'm not 100% sure if he's forced into another mandatory now. I don't know if they have to order the rematch because it was a draw or not. But I think because it was so close and controversial, I think they will probably run it back.
Yeah, and to be fair, because there's a draw, I think because there's a draw on the records, they're going to want to put it straight, aren't they? Both fighters, and that's going to be the.
Sorry to interrupt you, Phantom Tales. So what happens to the draw? Does the champion keep his belt? Yes, mate. Carlos Adames is still the 160-pound WBC champion, and he will keep that strap. And Hamzah has to go again, and he needs to be better because Hamzah was not good enough in this fight.
And
Simple as that.
to be fair though, there were flashes, there were moments where Sheeraz was very, very good, but not enough. But not enough.
To
Yeah,
take the
100%.
No way.
Not enough.
No way, no how.
And for me, not enough for a draw. But
no, I think he lost massively.
But I think
massively. I was generous with the scoring.
But I think really when you look at it, you know, do we want to see a rematch? Like, I suppose one word answers, lads. Rematch, Jam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Harrison?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we need to, bro. We need to see a rematch because Hamzah didn't do enough.
As you say, would it be next,
to England and do it. Get it over to
England. Is it next? Or, as you say, it all depends on the politics?
I think the sanctioning bodies will move the mandatories or the voluntaries or anything that's coming apart to make this happen again because it'll make paper.
I think
Riyadh again?
Yeah. But I think the big thing about it having to happen next is the weight issue that we alluded to with Hamzah Sheeraz as well. We don't know how long a future he's got at 11-6. So if it's not next for him, I doubt he'll take another middleweight fight that's not Adama's next.
Yeah. Before he then...
Yeah, it'd have to be something absolutely else, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, there we have it, people. So we have a draw. The first draw of the evening. I would say... I'm going to agree. It's the flatliner of the evening. But congratulations to Adames. I thought he put in a really good shift. I thought he put in a really good performance. More than I anticipated, the same as Jam. And, you know, but full credit to him. He stood up and he was counted and you know, deserved a win out of it, to be perfectly honest. But
he did.
We go again. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone in the comments for coming in. A great one. And yeah, from me, Jam and Harrison, thank you very much, everyone. And
don't forget to join us for the next one, which is Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Padley for the WBC 135-pound strap. Make sure you join in for that. We're going to be there. You have to go to Boxing Media Hub to get the link. We are going to be back. Harrison, are you going to join us for that? Have you got time?
Of course, I'm going to join you for that one.
I will send you the link on the DMs, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Hit that like, share, and subscribe on Boxing Media Hub and have some of this.
Thank you. God bless. Take care, boys.